we will be looking at collecting seeds that have been used on farm in 2013. And we will collect those different lots and different treatments on those. And then what we're hoping to be able to do is to have them tested to recreate as closely as possible, which will not be easy because the conditions that we've experienced in the field this year have been very challenging. But what we want to be able to do is to test them under as closer conditions as possible to see if we can identify the factors that may have contributed to the issues we've seen in the germination and the emergence of sugar beet in 2013.
And that will be possibly the weather and possibly what other factors are you going to be looking at?
So we'll look at temperature, so we'll try and bring the temperatures right down in those tests. We'll also be conducting the tests in soil rather than filter papers, like a standard germination test would be, and trying to look at the interaction of those factors, because I think it is the interaction of a number of factors that are influencing the problems we're seeing. So trying to recreate those as best as we can, so temperature, lighting, water, soil as well, and pulling them all together to provide that independent analysis that then we can then go back. It won't be a quick answer, but I think what we need to do is make sure we gather as much information at this stage with the seed lots we've got, and then that can be put together and presented to the industry so we can then have a better idea, hopefully, of the challenges that we are currently facing.
Do you know how long it's going to take as a process?
It's difficult to say at the moment, Johan. We will instigate that in the coming days, and as soon as we've got some information, we will, and once that's analysed, we will then release it to the industry. But it will take a number of weeks, even possibly months. But the most important thing is we do it vigorously with scientific objectives, and then we can present back to the industry.
Will you be comparing, say for example, primed and unprimed seed? Or
I think there will be a number of areas that we need to look at, and that will be one area I think we do need to look at, and different seed lots in there as well. So there are a number of things that we're just drawing up at the moment that need to be taken into account.
We've had the launch of the new variety list today. If I'm a grower and I'm looking at the variety and bearing in mind what's happened this year, is there anything that I should consider, or is it too early to make any sort of conclusions?
I think we need to make sure we get all the information we can from the experiments we're about to do, and that is key and instrumental. So the conditions we've seen have been, I'm sure, very influential what we've been going on farm, and so there's no relationship to the 2014 list that has been announced today.